didn't want the peanut butter due to allergies. He never specified that it was due to allergies to peanuts. That he wanted the peanut butter.
We're watching Moist Critical, and finishing up the Lego set. Now, something happened last night that caused me to have more Legos. We opened up my stockings, and my mom got me three little Lego creator bags. So this one's a train, winter holiday train. This one's a snowman, and this one is a panda. So you can do it's like a 3-in-1 panda, penguin, or whale. But I think I'm gonna do the panda because I think the panda looks cooler and the coolest. So we have bag 4 and bag 5. This is our progress so far of what we made. So this is the Dr. Eggman robot. This is the progress we made. So let me put him in there. So hold on. Here we got Dr. Eggman sitting in the robot. We also have the Sonic wheel that, he's in there, and then you can roll him out, and he's supposed to, hit Dr. Eggman and he falls. Then we have this, which is like a fucking lab type thing that keeps fucking falling apart because it's meant to burst open. So yeah, that's where we're at. We have this, and then this is the thing. You lift this up, and then you smack it down, you go boom, and it pushes this. It pushes it out. So that's what we're finishing up today. We're finishing this, and then I'm gonna do the Lego creator sets, and then my Lego set for 2023 is done. Every year I buy myself Legos for 2023. Oh my god! Every year I'll buy myself one Lego set, or search out a Lego set to build after Christmas, because you know what? I'm getting older and I don't give a fuck. Brothers hating. I've been buying myself. So this whole tradition started in 2020. So I've only done it for 4 years. I was I actually, if I had a lot of money, I would have a shit ton of Pokemon cards and a shit ton of Legos. Hands down. And then I was you know what? Because in 2020, this was the time where I was getting my stimulus checks, because I worked the summer before. And so I got a stimulus check. And they want you to use it for food and shit, but it's they really don't specify. Plus I'm 16, 17, so I don't really give a fuck what I spend my money on. So I'm fuck it, I'm buying Legos. So I bought the Lego Friends set. Then the next year I went to the Lego store in the Sid, and I bought Lego Seinfeld. And then that was 2021. 2022 I got the Lego Yoda that I unboxed on the channel. On the Twitch, I did a stream about it, and I built it. I watched Radio Rebel during it. It was fire. And then this year, I got Sonic and Dr. Eggman Legos. Next year, I don't know what I want, but we'll see. Maybe the Animal Crossing one, because I saw that and it was really cool.
Excluded.
But we're literally gonna watch
the workers may have made a mistake of blending it in a blender that had already had a peanut butter smoothie in it at some point. But nothing excuses how the father handled the situation at all. It's terrible what happened to his son, and what the father should have done is handle this legally, professionally. The dude's a fucking wealth advisor, at a very reputable place. He shouldn't be some kind of troglodyte homunculus who thinks the only solution here is to goofily march into the smoothie place, fee-fi-fo-fumming, ready to fight some high school girls. You know, like, it's absolutely outrageous the way he handled it, and there's no excuse for it. Now, from what I understand, most restaurants do have a policy when someone asks for anything regarding nuts, like leave off, you know, the peanut butter or whatever, the assumption is supposed to be made that it is due to allergies, which is why they have like a special blender at smoothie places from what I was reading. So yes, the smoothie place is at fault, which is why the father should have handled this legally, not as some kind of, you know, agent of chaos or whatever. Let me go ahead and show you the video now.
Please don't yell at us.
Yeah. Don't videotape me.
You have no room to yell at us.
I want to speak to the fucking person who made this drink. Is that you?
No,
well, we don't know who made it, so...
You don't know who made it?
There's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't know.
Fucking stupid, fucking ignorant high school kids.
Okay, bye.
I want to speak to the fucking
Bye.
manager.
Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye.
John, stop. You're on camera.
Fuck
You're on
out of
camera.
here,
You're on
you
camera.
fucking bitch.
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
What?
I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
What?
I want the fucking telephone number right now.
Gianna,
I want the telephone number. Shut the fuck
You
up.
shut up. Get out. You can call corporate whenever you want. Bye.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, good for you. Fuck out. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, you racist piece of shit.
I want the fucking telephone.
bro, call the police now.
Like I said, I'm not going to keep any of the racist shit he said in here because obviously I don't want to keep that in here. So this is the worst way of handling any situation ever. I talked about it on stream last night, so I'll play some of those clips. But there's nothing that excuses this behavior. I've seen quite a few people almost defend him, saying like how emotional he must have been with his son. And yeah, that's a horrible thing that happened to his kid off of a mistake from the facility here. But this is not the way you go about it. And nothing justifies racism and like attacking people, especially people that had nothing to do with what happened in the first place. And if he was really that emotional about his son, why wasn't he with his son at the hospital at this point? I'm assuming when this was happening, his son was still at the hospital. This probably wasn't like 18 hours later or, you know, the next day or anything. So he sent his son to the hospital and then immediately came over here like it was some kind of a revenge movie or something. It's disgusting. I don't think they like maliciously put peanut butter in his smoothie after he asked not to. It was probably just using a cross-contaminated blender that had peanut butter in it. Just sue. Exactly. He could have handled this legally or anything other than whatever the fuck he thought he was doing here, like Liam Neeson. Fair, but if I was a dad, I'd get just as angry, just without the racism. He absolutely had a right to be angry. I don't think anyone disputes that.
Angry, true,
but he doesn't have a right to be racist or go to the place and threaten high school girls and like throw a smoothie at them, call them all kinds of horrible names, and then try and literally break down the door to, I assume, beat them up. Most places, when they hear no peanuts / nuts of any kind, they're supposed to assume allergies due to how common it is. That would make sense. He was the wealth management advisor, and managing director for Merrill Lynch. Yeah, that's what it was. He only worked with clients with $1 million or more. I remember that. I guess you can't control emotions when your son is in the hospital. What? What? I mean, no matter how mad you get, there's never an excuse for racism. Like, what do you mean? It's not like, my son, time to go be racist. Dude looks way older than 48. He doesn't look that much older than 48. Like, it's not like a good 48 he's rocking, but it's also not like terrible. You clearly haven't met a 48-year-old in Florida. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this father only worked with clients who had $1 million or more worth of like assets in their account or some shit like that. So this guy was big money. He wasn't making peanuts. This guy was making like fucking fat big old stacks, and he lost that job like hours after this video surfaced. Overall, this whole situation was awful. Feel really bad for the kid. Both parties were at fault, but the father was significantly more in the wrong for how he handled this. There is just no excuse for this behavior whatsoever. So yeah, that's about it. So, yeah.
Want to know how I took my business to the next level? It's simple. It's Shopify. Shopify has all the tools in one place to run your business.
Online dating's pretty tough. I remember when I was a single man using Tinder, my go-to line was, "Do you like Brendan Fraser movies?" It worked to tremendous success. It was like a real-life cheat code for getting laid. But I understand not everyone's gonna be as suave as I was. However, I'd argue nobody has less game than the guy I'm about to show you. This should lift your spirits. If you ever feel bad about yourself, like, damn, I suck at online dating, just know you'll never be as bad as this living, breathing organism I'm about to show you. For those that have been around the channel for a while, you'll know that I've always enjoyed reading horrible flirting as well as just really disastrous, like, romance attempts online. I used to have a whole series going through Facebook flirting, which is where I learned about, you know, bitch lasagna, as well as also a line I still use today, put your ass in my asshole, baby. Things like that. I've always loved it. I don't really make content around it anymore, but today I had to come out of retirement. I had to dust off the old championship belt here for this one because I saw this on Reddit and I was smiling ear to ear. It is so bad. So this is where our journey begins. Now, again, this was posted to Reddit, so there's like a 90% chance it's fake. But god damn it, I'm gonna suspend disbelief and just enjoy the ride. Now, of course, I'm not an expert here. Rick wouldn't call me into the shop on Pawn Stars to check the authenticity of this piece, but there are countless of very real examples with pathetic dudes that go just like this. So there is a good chance it's real. So these two have been talking for a little while, and my man comes in with the clown shoes and asks, "Are you on birth control? I know it's a personal question, but kind of important to know." And then they say, "Okay, I'm canceling Wednesday." This could have gone better. This is suboptimal. This is a rough start right here. If it was a speed run, this would be a reset. This is about as bad as you could expect. He immediately ruined the date that they had planned by just immediately going full hog and just sending it. And from there was no recovering, and it gets real bad. He does not handle this super well. There was no grace or elegance. "Oh, I'm kidding, dude, relax." He's just, yeah, it's just stand-up comedy, honestly. He was practicing his material. Why are you overreacting? "I'm uncomfortable with these jokes." "Okay, sorry, I'll stop." "Okay." "No, I'm still canceling it." And now we get into his Joker arc. "Well, that's really your loss for being so uptight, but okay, I'll just go to work and make $900 in 12 hours. Really, you're overreacting. Seriously? And you wonder why you're single? Yawn. Still waiting for your reply. Lol. I actually had you double booked with another girl, so I'm kinda happy you decided to be a psycho. You sure you want to cancel it?" This is a full roller coaster worth of emotion here. This man's hitting all 5 stages of denial within 6 text messages.
You know,
this shit goes insano style quick. So let's break it down piece by piece, you know? At first it's like, okay, you're missing out on a catch. I'm the perfect guy. I'm a real fucking man. Check my KD in Fortnite. I'm nuts. And you know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna go make $900 in 12 hours at my job because I'm pulling fat racks. I've got stacks on stacks. Like, I'm kind of nutty. I'm one of the wealthiest men in the world, in fact. Then you can see panic start to set in when the money play didn't pan out. I'm guessing like 5 minutes had passed and he was already hyperventilating and breathing into a paper bag to calm himself down. So he tries to like put it on her, like something's wrong with her. She's overreacting. Why are you just freaking out over nothing? It's like that scene in Airplane with that girl who's like afraid of flying. So they start like shaking her. "Hey, get a hold of yourself. Come on, get a hold of yourself. It was just a joke." So then he goes right into his bad boy mode. He puts on his sunglasses and trench coat and says, "You know what? Actually, this is good for me. I double booked you with another girl. So the fact that you're psycho is helpful for me because now I can just go to this other girl. In fact, I was just trying to have like 10 girls to have sex with on the same day, and you were just one of the many. So it's not that big of a deal. But are you sure you want to cancel? Like, I'm totally telling the truth, but are you like sure you want to cancel?" I love that attempt. It's like, I'm so desirable, actually. In fact, I totally forgot I'd already had another girl that I was gonna fuck this day, so it's fine. And then has the audacity to call her a psycho. And I love the way that he says it. "I double booked." This man has clearly never actually had a date in his life. It's like he's just penciling it in on a calendar as if it's like a part of his job. Now we make a transition into Act 3 here, into just full-blown neediness and scary obsession. "Please call me, please. I'm at work, dude." Lol, I know. I'm just being incredibly annoying to show you how most guys act. So maybe you'll realize I'm not that bad. "So I'll see you Wednesday?" That doesn't even make sense. You were fine until that joke. This is a Hail Mary.
You know, Optimum Fiber Internet gives you speeds up to 8 gig.
Wow, that's fast.
The fastest in the New York tri-state. And combine internet with Optimum Mobile starting at $45 a
Blizzards,
month.
man, that's so good.
This man hatched the ultimate plan. So after he realized that by begging to be called back, it was a bit much, a rare moment of self-reflection. He's like, okay, yeah, it's a bit weird. So then he's like, how do I get out of this now? I've got it. I was actually just pretending to be needy and obsessed. It was called acting. I was actually just doing this to show you what most other simpletons do, not a sophisticated, nice guy like me. So I'll see you Wednesday, right? Dude, I was kidding with you. It's a joke. You do know I'm a doctor, right? My brain thinks at a much higher level than yours or the average person. It wasn't even sexual. It was a joke. And I said if you don't like those type of jokes, I won't joke like that anymore. This should be the end of it. You should be like, okay, cool. And then if I do it again, then you get pissed. Yeah, he's a doctor. Dr. Love, baby. This guy's good. This is real smooth. I have to imagine he's not actually a doctor. I mean, maybe fucking Dr. Evil. I have no clue. But regardless, I love that he's like, I actually just have such a galaxy brain. I'm thinking on a totally different level than you and all of these other plebeians. I'm just too fucking smart. That's my curse. That's the burden I bear. I'm too intelligent, which is why I made this joke.
Like one.
And the joke is a thinking man's joke. It's actually an anti-joke, in fact. You know how there's like matter and antimatter? This is an anti-joke, and now I'm explaining it to you so you don't have the right to get mad about it. You see, you're just wrong for getting upset about it, and it's because I'm so much smarter than you. And I understand that it's not your fault for being fucking stupid, but just know that since I'm a doctor, I know what's right and what's wrong when it comes to joking. You off just get pissed right off the bat and be all rude to someone. That's a major turnoff, and just know. Yeah, she was the one being rude. She was nice enough to give you like a warning that she's canceling. She's like, hey, you're a fucking weirdo and I'm canceling. She could have just said nothing and not showed up on Wednesday, wasting your time by going there. And you just sit there all fucking soft cock in hand waiting and just not even getting a response. But she was nice enough to like cancel to your face. Like, that's far more than you deserved. Okay, so rant over. Are we cool now? Yeah, I think things are good now. I'm reading the room and it looks like he may have solved this problem here and fixed everything. You just talk shit to me. All I said was I'm canceling it. I didn't do what did talk shit to someone. What? Those are not coherent sentences. Of course I'm talking shit to you. You just flaked after I asked for that night off. Do you know how hard it is for me to get a night off work? Continuing further, let's just stop this childish nonsense. I'll see you Wednesday, right? This is that shit, don't take no for an answer, which I think is honestly the worst advice you can ever give someone. No is like the most important answer you should accept. By not accepting no's, you're just gonna go to jail at some point. Like, you're just asking for some kind of awful thing to happen to you. Like, no is an important thing to recognize and respect. And then they respond, you do not need to criticize my sentences. Change of mind and telling you about it doesn't really make it flaking. I was upfront. You said you already booked another date with someone else. Go enjoy it. I don't know why you're trying to with me, especially since you think so little of me already. Man's going full-blown car salesman. Just meet me Wednesday. I'm sorry, okay? Just will not drop it. There is no chance she shows up on Wednesday. This is coming across like an actual serial killer now who's just scratching at his neck for his next victim. Like, he just cannot help but just keep saying, you're coming Wednesday. I know you are. You're gonna meet me here Wednesday. Call me immediately. I'm at work. I'm not going to take the call. Okay, then we are meeting Wednesday, right? Are we cool? I feel like she might be talking to King Ghidorah here, just three separate heads all talking at once and all having different thoughts. One of them is just a fucking android that can only say Wednesday. One of them's just like a spiteful lunatic who thinks that there's some galaxy brain intellect that can't help but shit on her. And then one of them's just like a lobotomized zombie who just constantly just keeps asking, are we cool? Are we good now? It's wild. Like the swings this guy goes through on these text messages here. Then he goes all in saying, look, my mom recently died, okay? So I'm kinda not really in the best place to be messed with. So if you could understand that, that would be great. Please, dude, please answer me. Can you please stop being immature and call me? Now, admittedly, she was being very immature about this whole situation by not understanding such level-headed remarks from a gentleman like this. It really was her being immature, clearly. And I also can't help but respect the actual Xbox Live tactic of saying his mom died. That is unironically 2005 Xbox Live shit right there. Like, your mom's a whore, mom's dead, and it's supposed to be like the checkmate. He actually tried it. It's like, oh, mom's dead, So now you have to excuse everything I've said, and you have to go on this date with me. I'll see you Wednesday, right? Come on, stop being immature. So yeah, anyway, that's where this story wraps up. Hopefully, if some of you are shitty at online dating, this will help you feel a little bit better and maybe help you improve in that respect in some way.
No,
Hopefully, none of you are as bad as this guy or anywhere close.
I have a friend that does the same shit. Or it's not the same shit. It's not anywhere near the same shit, but he's very like if a girl rejects him, he basically like, nah, she fucking, I'm gonna make her regret it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, brother? Like, you're gonna make her regret it? That she is passing up an opportunity to date you because she doesn't want to fucking date you? Blizzards, man. STJ. Oh, I made the same mistake. Blizzards, man. STG. But no, I understand that shit. Well, I have a friend, one of my friends, he just like thinks for some reason, since like he liked the girl that I was friends with. Hold on, mom's calling me. Okay, I have to go fill my car with gas, so I'm just gonna like leave this shit here, and I'll be back in like fucking 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. Sorry, chat. I know I had to fill the car and I didn't drive yesterday. Look at my messy ass floor. Also, let's pull this over. This has some snacks in it. Let's see the snacks that I got. Oh, these are like shorts. I don't need these. I got this Haribo. It's like socks. I don't know if that was funny. She thought. Got Milano peppermint. Sounds really good. A bunch of salami. I want to have these are so good. The tea cakes, Christmas tree cakes. They're little tea cakes. So good. Let's have one. I got some good stuff. I think my mom did pretty good. I'd say.
But if you're just kind of, awkward and uncomfortable when it
gas.
comes to
These are so
conversations
good.
via text, maybe this will lift your spirits up a little bit.
They're basically like
You're probably not as bad as this guy.
Twinkies.
Anyway, that's about it. So, yeah.
like frosted Twinkies.
Look around. The world is changing fast.
Oh, God.
And while some people hang on to the way things have always been,
This guy.
others are
I'm sure all of us have been lonely and desperate at some point in our lives. It helps build character. But very few of us will ever have the same level of courage as this man I'm about to show you, to step up and do something about it. He said, "Dag nabbit, I'm tired of being alone, and I'm ready for a girlfriend." So, he used his 6th grade choir experience as well as finding an acoustic royalty-free song off Facebook and then created his masterpiece, a song that dwarfs every other song that's ever come before it. And he sent it to a random girl off Twitter, hoping that she'd marry him, I guess. I don't really know. Let me go ahead and show you.
Hi. So, today on Twitter.com, a man sent me a very long DM about how he found my account and decided to write a song about me.
And they say romance is dead. Who doesn't want some greasy stranger somewhere in the world writing a song about you? I think that's beyond chivalrous. Also, this is something I've talked about briefly, but it's wild. If you're just a woman on Twitter just existing, dudes will DM you sometimes and just give you money for the sake of existing. It's called pay piggies. It's fucking crazy. It's such a wild atmosphere. But unfortunately for her, he wasn't giving her money. He was giving her like the opposite of money. Something that like drains her just having listened to it, which is an awful song. Like this terrible ballad you're about to hear.
This man decided to continue the message by saying that he's never written a song about anyone, not even his wife, and that he had to ask his wife's permission in order to finish the song.
Sorry, just one more quick segue before getting into the song here I need to talk about. This man doesn't have a wife. There's a 0% chance of that. This man's probably never even held a woman's hand before. That was absolutely a play to make it sound like he's getting pussy and like, desirable. Like, hey, look, women love me. I even have a wife, if you can believe that. And I even had to ask her permission to write this song. So, everything's all good. I'm not going behind her back or anything. I'm a good guy and women like me. It's just a weird lie this guy's telling 100%.
Whoa, Lauren, you're in your own league. Watched your videos on Twitter just to hear you speak. And yeah, you do sound as cute as you look. Congrats, I suppose.
Gets worse.
She's not wrong, but there's already so much to digest in just the intro here. So this is very Hey There Delilah-esque, if that was written by a psychopath. You can also kind of just feel the desperation oozing from the lyrics here. You have to be in a pretty weird state of mind to think that this is a good idea under any circumstance, just writing a song about a stranger and then sending it to them as your first contact with that person.
Maybe.
That's pretty wild. But let's look at the lyrics, Hey there, Lauren, I watched your videos just to hear you speak. And yeah, you sound as cute as you look. Congrats, I suppose. Wow. I'm fucking sweating over here. very smooth. What a silver tongue. The lyrics are inspired, to say the least. But it almost sounds insulting at the end there with the congrats, I suppose. It doesn't even rhyme with anything there. He just like threw that in as if he's like salty about it, like, yeah, congrats, I guess, you fucking harpy.
Lauren, only you know what you could do to my wife, my beautiful children, and comfortable life with a push of your will.
Move over, Johnny Cash. Hoo-wee. This one's about to bring a tear to my eye, to be honest. Let's go ahead and go over this one as well. A little pit stop again. Lauren, only you know what you could do to my wife, my beautiful children, and comfortable life with the push of your will. I wasn't exactly an English major in school, nor did I really study literature or anything, so I've got to tell you, I'm a little confused on the meaning behind these bars here. But they are fire, of course. But what is exactly the meaning behind it? Only you know what you could do to my wife. What is that, like, does he think Lauren's gonna go over there and beat her ass or something, or replace her? I don't really get it. Like, with the push of her will, she could do something to his wife and his kids. The comfortable life I get, like, he'd leave behind his life to be with Lauren. I understand that. I see what he's trying to say there. But then also, let's go back to like the beginning here where he said that he needed to ask his wife's permission to write the song. I can see why. It makes a lot of sense why he'd probably want to ask his wife's permission when he's writing a song all about leaving her for a different woman and throwing behind their kids and his life for a random woman on Twitter. I can see why he'd need the okay from his wife for this, assuming she exists, which she absolutely doesn't. But I'm suspending disbelief trying to understand what this all means. Because I don't really get it. I think the whole message there is, I would throw my wife in the fucking sewer and leave my kids at school, tell them I'm going to get cigarettes, if you just gave me the word, Lauren. If it was your will, I would throw everything behind. I'm ready to risk it all for you.
Hey Lauren, are we in common? Are you over-trusting? Are you analytical? Do you feel everything?
It sounds like I'm listening to the background track of a shitty commercial with that xylophone hit, the ding, that little bell that keeps sounding with the generic acoustic guitar chords behind it. It just doesn't even seem like it's supposed to be a love song. There's nothing romantic about it at all. It just sounds like a cry for help. This guy should have let me ghostwrite it for him. I'll hit you with a timeless classic to really wiggle your finger to and get you laid. Hey darling, hey, let me love you. Let me kiss your pretty lips. I'm feeling kinda hungry. Let me eat those titty chips. I'll be honest, I'm all alone. But give me your hand and let me give you a home. Yeah. Hey, that's not bad. That's a chart topper, honestly. I'm gonna fucking write that down.
And more, I guess you're like razors of steel, with grace and zeal and sex appeal, all dwarfed by your will be still be.
So anyway, I blocked him.
The nice guy loses again, god damn it. What is wrong with society when a banger like this ends up getting you blocked instead of getting you dick deep in some good high quality vagina? Blows my mind. It makes me sick, honestly. Just couldn't appreciate the fine wordplay and zeal and sex appeal. Oh. In a follow-up video, she showed the DMs here, and they're a lot worse than I expected them to be. So first of all, the amount of comma splices Alan's using here is insulting. So he begins with, "We never met and probably never will, but I had the pleasure of reading one of your articles, and as one does after reading an article, I looked up the writer, in this case you, first hit Twitter, and I had a nose around your Twitter, whatever you call it, feed page, I don't know, but anyway, I got inspired by those first 30 seconds or so because you're quite, well, impressive." God, the way he writes, I can immediately picture exactly what Alan looks like. He wrote this while taking a sip of tea with his pinky out and caressing his soul patch. "So I wrote a song inspired by you, and I've recorded a demo to bring to the studio next week, and I thought it would be a nice thing to let you know. I've never had a song written about me, neither has my wife, or at least I don't think she has, but I imagine you get that all the time." Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's totally normal. What a flex. This is going to be turned into a big song. He's going to the studio to record it. I can't wait to hear it on the radio. 98.9 delivering the hits here with "Hey there, Lauren, I'm outside your window." He then finishes it off by saying, "My mate/business associate and emailed you pretty much the same thing, but don't know if you actually got that or if I sent it to the right address for that matter. Yeah, red wine on an empty stomach equals messy me." Jesus Christ. One thing about the song, I actually needed to get permission from my beautiful wife to actually finish writing it. Can you imagine? No. No, I can't. I actually can't imagine. You didn't need permission from your beautiful wife to write it, nor did your business partner email it to you, because you even dropped that ruse in the next sentence by saying, "I don't know if I sent it to the right address." So you immediately forgot that you just told her it wasn't you that emailed it. I digress. What a ride. So let's see how he responded to being blocked.
My man said, "Oh, blocked, K. Should have said this is a fictional thing, not to be taken literally kind of thing. Ah, well."
Listen, Lauren, you see, you misunderstood the song. It's a work of fiction, which means it's not weird. This is totally normal, and you fucked up by thinking it's supposed to be real. But if you so happen to choose, I would actually leave behind everything for you. That's not fiction. It's, just one of those things. A little too desperate, I would say. I would say this was really swinging for the fences, and it didn't work out, which is pretty predictable. The song was trash, and the idea behind it of just writing a random song about a stranger you've never met as a way of coming on to her and flirting with her is weird. Even if fucking Harry Styles did this, it would still be a weird thing to do. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, that whole idea just doesn't really track well. So, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. If you were thinking it's a good idea to write a song for a girl you have a crush on and the girl doesn't know you exist, it's not a good idea. Let this be a lesson. That's about it. See ya.
Hey, at least she knew I existed.
Energy drink.
Bro, the whole Tifa situation is so cringe. Nah, but it's like, but the album's fire. Albums be fire though. No cap. She knew I existed. Blood is like, let me check out one of the air. Without me. Yeah, bro. Disrespect the 5. I put your ass in a food chain.
Drinks.
Swamp Izzo?
They're all the same.
If I was to ever do a tier list of creepy guys on the internet, the guy I'm about to show you would be the undeniable top tier triple S super smokin' style creep god. The individual you're about to see almost makes that guy that was sending pig carcasses to the coworker he loved seem sane. I know I've called one other person in a video the creepiest guy ever, but the man I'm about to show you today, I think is far more disturbed, so much so that I'm actually somewhat concerned for the safety of the people around him. I'm sure you've seen this video floating around right now because it's going viral, and for good reason. It is scary.
The Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like, and I got there, and she saw me, and she immediately pulled away, and I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything, I just wanted to play the song for her, give her her own choice if she wanted to be with me.
Now I'll quickly bring you up to speed on what's happening right now with the lore. So the cops are there because the guy called them, I believe. So he's a Kaioken times 10 weirdo. He called the cops because he wanted to report this girl's dad, a girl that he chased around while playing his music to try and win her love. And his music is downright horrifying. It sounds like 5 trash cans being violently slammed together while someone's getting murdered in an alleyway for the vocals. I have been so deep in this rabbit hole learning about this man. It's been like an episode of Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs just gathering all this information. I'm gonna play you just a quick snippet from one of his tracks.
Fire sprout to the moon to the top and grow! It's coming together now! Whoa! Feel the rap!
The voice of an angel. I can't believe this plan didn't work. It's so romantic, it sounds straight out of a Disney film. He also keeps saying he was giving her a choice to listen to his music and fall in love with him. Even though there's no choice here because he was stalking her and chasing her, playing this over his fucking boombox, I guess. But anyway, she was so frightened that she ended up calling her dad, and her dad got in contact with him and said some mean things to him. So the guy then called the cops on the dad, hoping to like get him arrested or file something against him.
You know? Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit, but it never really got serious.
Okay.
But anyways, I pulled up there, and I was in the other parking lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me, and so I chased her a little bit, just because, I don't know, women are crazy. Like, I felt like she like wanted me to chase her.
Do you not think chasing somebody's crazy?
Well, it's just like, I only went like a couple blocks down the street.
God, it's so sad that women can't appreciate a good, nice guy like this. Women are so weird. How can they not appreciate a complete psychopath chasing them around for a few blocks while blaring music that sounds like the soundtrack to a slaughterhouse?
Just saying, don't you think chasing somebody's crazy when they're obviously going to want to...
Well, I had my song playing, and I wanted to like her to hear it maybe.
Well, apparently she didn't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with this.
His complete lack of remorse and disconnection from reality is startling. Oh no, it's not weird. Like, I'm not weird. Why are you trying to say that I'm the crazy one for chasing her? I had my song playing. Oh, did I forget to mention that? My song was playing, so now everything's justified. Like, I wanted her to hear it so she'd have a choice to fall in love with me, obviously.
Her father called me up, and he made some threats to me and to my life.
Okay.
And so I just want to have his name on file.
What did he say to you?
I think he said he's going to stab me, like, but he's like cussing at me.
He said that, or he did say that?
He says, I'm gonna do something to you. I swear I'd do something to you.
For chasing your daughter?
Yeah, but it wasn't chasing. It was like going down a couple streets. Like, that's like fun to women. Like, women like that. A little bit of excitement.
No, they don't.
Fucking unhinged logic. No, I wasn't chasing her. It was like minor stalking. You know, that's nothing. Women love to be stalked. Like, it's fun to them. It's exciting. God, what an absolute lunatic. So yeah, the dad calls, apparently made threats against him because I'm assuming his daughter called him in a panic, like, holy shit, this guy's coming after me, and I'm fucking horrified. So the dad is trying his best to, like, stop anything bad from happening, so I'm sure the dad in this, like, passionate moments like, leave her the fuck alone, or I'm gonna do something about it, I'll give you a knuckle sandwich, why I oughta. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. To try and protect his daughter, keep her safe, doing what he can from a distance. Like, get the fuck away from her, you creep.
Well,
Women don't like to be chased.
What about, like,
If I was a father, I'd probably tell you the same thing.
what about, like, BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
What?
Well, who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
It took us only about a minute for him to start mentioning rape after talking about stalking
I
and
put in his
downplaying
backbling.
how stalking's not a big deal. Immediately
The
brings it to
backbling.
BDSM and rape fantasies. From fucking out of nowhere. Oh, you're gonna call me crazy for chasing her? Well, what about rape? You know, there's rape fantasies in porn. What about that, And then he has the gall, the chutzpah to say most women have a rape fantasy.
Bro.
It's blowing my mind here, this guy's thought process. Fucking crazy. I'm also 100% sure he's never had an actual conversation with a woman. When he mentioned at the beginning they were kind of talking, I imagine it's because they were coworkers, and she said, like, hi to him occasionally, or, like, while they were working, were like, hey, need to do this. And that, to him, was, like, meaningful interaction with a human female. This is, like, a scary individual. His brain immediately jumps to rape when confronted with his actions.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know. But,
Apparently she don't.
well,
So what do you want us to do?
well, I just want you to get his name on file, just in case he does do anything
Do
to
you
me.
know his name?
I know his daughter's name.
What do you know his name?
I know her name. I don't know his name. He called me from a restricted phone number.
Okay. Here's my suggestion. Leave her alone.
A great suggestion from the officer here. Superb. Just get the fuck away from her. Leave her alone. Solves all the issues here. Case closed. Didn't even need Dr. Phil on this one to get to the bottom of it. The solution was obvious. Just get away from her.
Well, this is one song I made, and this was the final chance of it's going to happen.
Here's my chance. Here's my advice. It's over. Leave her alone.
Okay.
Fathers will
She don't want your cock, huh?
Yeah, but that's the thing is she needs to have her own free will, man. You don't understand. I'm a man myself, bro, and I have needs myself.
She's choosing her free will by telling her daddy what happened to you, and I'm telling you, stay away from her because he will hurt you probably.
She's being controlled by him.
For some reason, he's so delusional, he keeps thinking that she doesn't have her own authority to make her own choices, yet keeps saying she needs her own free will. She had her own free will by running away from you. By, like, being scared of you, running away, and then telling her dad that is her making choices to try and protect herself from you. Because you are the threat. You're the fucking danger that's knocking on her door, and she is responding with her own free will of getting the fuck away from you as fast and efficiently as possible. It's just such a scary thought process because in his mind, he's totally justified in everything that happened here, and it's all normal to him. And the fact that she's not in love with him right now, not in his arms, in his bed, is because her dad is forcing her to make choices to split the two apart. It's not her making those choices because he's perfect. The guy with his music, his mixtape that sounds like 5 fucking squirrels being blown to pieces, he thinks his music's the best and he's the best man in the world, so there's no way she is choosing on her own free will to not be with him. That is a dangerous thought process.
That's fine. That's her choice, right? Free choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to
What?
leave.
It's legal.
You need to leave. We're not doing anything. You need to leave.
I'm having a discussion on it.
I'm having a discussion telling you to leave.
I actually appreciate how the officer handles this situation here. He's not giving this guy an inch. He is fighting him on every point he tries to make. Not that any of his points have any logical basis whatsoever or any sound reasoning, but I like that the officer's pushing back on everything, and he crosses a line when he says she should do porn. Where does that even come from? Like, everything this guy is saying is a giant red flag, and he needs legitimate help.
I was going to let her make her own choice after the song.
Well, she's made her choice.
And I just don't think she had a reasonable opportunity to make a choice because I'm going to blow up and I'm going to be a famous DJ and I'm going to be like...
How old is she?
He still really believes that because she didn't finish listening to his song, she didn't have the right to say no. She didn't have reasonable basis for declining and rejecting him, I suppose. He believes he's gonna blow up and be a famous DJ or this and that, thus she's making a huge mistake and needs to reconsider the choice, and her dad's making her choose this. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh shit. You know what? Lindsay's dad, I hope you see this fucking video.
Now, just like in The Dark Knight, we have the Joker turning the camera on himself here, and we get to take a look at him. And he really still believes everything he's done is justified, and that the girl and her dad are the villains here.
You know what happens when women don't ever, you know, come to terms with themselves? Bad shit happens. I don't know. Something, the cops want to deny.
And this right here I think should be taken very seriously. This is not a mentally well person. And this comes across as an actual threat against the safety of both the girl and her father here. He's already shown that he has no problem stalking women, and I really think this needs to be looked at seriously to make sure that he's not in a position to do harm to anyone around him. It's just very concerning.
Me trying to get her to be straight. Something is wrong about that. I don't see why these traditional ass motherfuckers think they can speak shit whenever it's this woke, belligerent LGBT shit that has her right now.
What?
I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, this rant's really going off the fucking rails. So apparently the girl isn't interested in men, and his plan was to make her interested in men by giving her his love as well as letting her listen to his songs. And when she still wasn't interested, she blames the dad. Like, the dad is the one that's made his daughter not like him, and then says that he is older than her dad. Like, it's so fucking wild. But it is all very concerning to listen to. I just wanted to share this because I do think this is the creepiest guy I've seen online so far, and I truly hope that everyone involved here is safe and hopefully this guy gets the help that he very much needs. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Whoa. We gotta get up now, guys.
STG.
We were told to take the ISS by any means necessary.
Oh my god,
a few
this
months
is so
ago,
funny.
what had to be one of the wildest encounters I've ever seen. This is a vigilante predator hunter group that was busting the person they were investigating in public, and this goes completely insano style. It becomes cartoonish. It's almost like a Benny Hill chase scene here. I couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of me.
I am currently looking for my fiber.
Your what?
Fiber.
Fiber?
Yeah, because I gotta poop.
You gotta poop?
I'm constipated. I've been constipated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a very interesting tactic. This is a high-level maneuver. He is claiming that he's not there at the meat spot for a 13-year-old boy. He's there to get some fiber so he can take a shit. He's been constipated, so he's there for some poop pills. And it doesn't take some galaxy brain genius to put together the puzzle pieces here, connect the dots, and deduce that he is on meth. You know, he's getting loopy off that poopy right now. He is high on meth, which isn't just speculation. At the end of the video, they released their entire investigation, screenshots of all the text messages that were exchanged between this guy and who he thought was a 13-year-old, and meth comes up a lot. Even right before meeting, meth was discussed, and as you can see in the title, he was arrested, and they did pretty much confirm meth was in his system.
Hey man, I can involve the police, or we can have a conversation. You want to have a conversation? You want to turn around and talk to me?
I played a lot of RuneScape as a kid, so I'm very well versed in scams, and it really shattered my trust in people and taught me early on that you can't always put your faith in strangers to tell the truth. Maybe they won't actually double your money. And I think that this led to me being better at identifying scams in real life, but it doesn't make me immune to them either. When I was a freshman in college, I fell for the oldest trick in the book, a timeless classic prank, fake being homeless with a sign and beg for money on the streets. A scam that has stood the test of time. It's people that just panhandle on the street pretending to be homeless and try and get money that way. It's actually very lucrative. Sometimes people that do this make anywhere from 60 to 100 grand a year off of this shit. It's fucking despicable. The reason I'm bringing this up is because on Reddit this week, a video went viral, and it's from 2017. It's an older video, but it's a video of a woman in Richmond who pretended to be homeless and was exposed for it. She even eventually got arrested, but I'll get to that towards the end of the video. But I wanted to go over this video because I think it's not only a very entertaining video with the way she responds to being confronted, but also a bit eye-opening as to the depths people will sink to get a quick buck. This scam in particular has always greased my ass. It infuriates me. People that just take advantage of others' willingness to help, their good nature, it's just so fucked up. But I'll quickly tell my story since I was a victim of this scam when I was younger. I don't know if I've ever told it, I'm sure I have at some point, but when I was a freshman in college for the first semester, I used to commute to university, and I always took the same route, just like a little NPC that never deviates from the schedule. I would always go down one road in particular that had a guy standing at the corner of one of its major intersections. This guy, he looked disheveled, he had a curly white beard, it looked like fucking jolly old Saint Nick, Santa Claus had fallen on rough times, and I'd always see him talking to people, and he was always smiling. He just seemed like a really nice guy. And he had a sign that had every fucking sad tale you could imagine. I'm a homeless veteran, my dog ran away, my wife divorced me and took the kids, I broke my leg in a bowling accident, and I have lung trouble from the time I spent as a coal miner. Any money you can spare is very much appreciated. God bless. It sounded like a fucking country song, and it was heartbreaking to read. So every day, Monday through Friday, I'd give him $20, sometimes $40 if I had a little extra, and I did that for about a month, or a month and a half maybe. But then I got hit with a shocking plot twist straight out of a Darman video. I swear to God, it would have been less painful to find out I was adopted. One time when I gave him money, the last day I gave him money, I really wish I could remember what he said verbatim, but he hit me with something to the effect of, really appreciate all that you've given me. My apartment over in this area isn't super cheap, so I appreciate it because rent's been going up. I wish I could remember exactly what he said though, but those were the cliff notes. That was the main bit of lore that he dropped there. That he had an apartment in that area, It was expensive, and it looked like it was going up, so me giving him that money for the last month and a half was a little helpful. And that's when the realization hit. My universe melted around me, and it sunk in, the reality. This guy had used me like a fucking fleshlight. This guy wasn't homeless at all. He was a fraud, a faker, a goddamn drama club thespian leader here with his acting performance on the side of the street for the last month and a half. That area he would stand in was an extremely expensive area of Tampa. So to have an apartment in that area, he was already making a lot of money. And I was just another piggy bank for him to dip his little cock into. I was furious. But I couldn't confront him about it, obviously, so instead I just said, yeah, no worries, drove off, and then started taking a different route to university. One that was an extra 15 minutes out of the way, but just one where I knew I'd never have to see him again. I was beyond mad. I went so far above mad, I just wrapped around all the way to sad and upset. Like, I used to take extra money out of the bank just to make sure I had enough cash in my wallet to give him $20 Monday through Friday. This dude became like a daily part of like my routine, like to make sure that I was able to, you know, help him out a little bit. I just wanted to see him succeed, you know, do something good for someone that fell on hard times, only to find out it was all a lie. I don't know if he meant to do that, like maybe he felt guilty from all the money I'd given him, so he decided to drop that little nugget of wisdom, letting me know that he wasn't actually homeless, or what that was about. Maybe he slipped up, I couldn't tell you. But man, did it teach me a very hard lesson. I know that was a long story, and I still haven't even played the video of the fake homeless woman here, but I just needed to let you all know that this shit makes me fucking mad. There's no audio in the beginning of the video here, probably because it's just them puking from disgust at what this woman's doing. So it's just showing that she's going car to car, asking for money, and can even be very aggressive with the way she panhandles, apparently. And then they eventually follow her all the way to her car, which is parked nearby.
Let me flip his foot.
Welcome to today's side quest, the store run against the clock. Just another day in the life of a Mike. Lemonade that hits harder for Mikes that go harder.
No, you're alright. What are you doing? Just wondering why you have a 2014 when you're begging for change all over the city of Richmond. You're on. You're viral. You're on Facebook. You're the talk of the town this morning. What would you like to say to everybody in Richmond? You know what? That's it. How much did you make today?
So this woman was a known scammer. She's not actually homeless. She has a very modern car. This video is from 2017, so her 2014 vehicle here is a very modern, pretty expensive car.
Bitch.
So obviously she's not actually on hard times. She shouldn't be begging for money.
I'm gonna stab your fucking wife.
I don't think there's anyone out there that'd be like, well, Charlie, it's a legitimate profession. Taking advantage of people's willingness to help someone in need. You know, this is her job. This is her 9-to-5 work, begging for money under the false notion that she's homeless and needs it, when clearly she doesn't. So, it's just a whole lot of bullshit, just a slimy, pathetic... I know it may not look like it now since I've gotten my life together and beaten the addiction, but I used to be a hardcore junkie. I was addicted to a controlled substance known as Karen videos. And I'm starting to admittedly fall back off the wagon. I'm getting back deep into the content, and I can't help but inject that shit straight into my veins. Last night during YouTube night...
This is so fire.
It really takes a lot to surprise me with stupidity in this day and age, because we have easy, unlimited access to the loony bin called Twitter 24 hours a day. It's like a zoo, like a little SCP containment facility. For all of the dumbest and weirdest creatures that evolution and
now we got some more Legos to build.
And yet today, I watched a video that left me stunned by an evil imbecile. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this because it went viral earlier this week, so I'm definitely but I'm just seeing...
I got Lego creator stuff.
It's a drunk driver who's too annoying. She killed 2 people and couldn't stop giggling about it and couldn't register that she wasn't going to be able to go to school the following day or get her car back. So there's body cam footage that has now just come out, even though this incident
let's build the train.
She received 14 years for this, which I think is just not enough. I've been very vocal about my disdain for drunk drivers. I hate drunk drivers more than Garfield hates Mondays. It is a purely unforgivable act. It is selfish, dangerous, and there's no excuse for it ever. Especially in today's society where there's Uber, Lyft, a taxi, calling a friend, you can easily find transportation to get home that doesn't involve putting everyone's life at risk on the road. And this lady killed 2 people while drunk driving. Just normal, innocent people that did nothing wrong, and not only did she kill them, she couldn't stop laughing about it, just having a giggle fit like she was in a tickle fight. The body cam footage released, and it is disgusting.
Keep your head straight.
Dude, it smells.
I'd rather do the walking. Okay, go up. Keep your head straight, just look up with your eyes.
She's reacting to a fatal accident like a child reacts to a clown at a birthday party. And she was informed that 2 people involved here died. And she truly just couldn't give less of a fuck about any of that.
Oh, hey, you never answered me about my car. I have school tomorrow, so how do I get my car for tomorrow?
Well, your car is totaled.
It's what?
Your car is totaled. Totaled, wrecked.
So they conducted field sobriety tests, all of which she failed because obviously she is completely hammered. They then get to this point in the video where the officer and her are in the room, and she doesn't like the silence, so she says that she's gonna start singing. So she starts flexing the golden pipes with some of the worst fucking singing you'll ever hear. It's not really singing, it's more like some kind of Gregorian chant if it was being farted out of a walkie-talkie, and she starts dancing like she's in some kind of trance. But regardless, she starts boogieing down and singing. She's treating this whole situation like she's at fucking Mardi Gras. Like it's like she's celebrating that she had just killed 2 people as if it was some kind of fucking sacrifice, and she's happy about the whole situation. It's not even that she's not registering it, she actively doesn't care, which is completely different. Yes, she is beyond drunk, clearly, but she is aware of what has happened. He has told her multiple times, she understands why she's there, and just actually doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, so how do I get it here?
You don't.
So, I don't go to school tomorrow, is what you're telling me?
You brain dead fucking worm. Obviously you're not going to school tomorrow. You just killed 2 people in a drunk driving accident. This isn't GTA where you can just reset and undo what happened here. You took 2 people's lives away because you're a fucking ridiculously stupid idiot. Like, holy shit. And the only thing that she can even process is that this might be an inconvenience to her because she has school tomorrow and she doesn't want to miss class.
No, man. You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail, you don't have a bond, you killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond, you are not getting out of jail. Your car is property of East Peoria Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on. So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Can I have a Tuesday for my night class?
How this officer didn't just stand up and flip a chair over out of frustration is beyond me. Just watching this had me want to flip a table like I had just lost a game of chess and got upset about it. He just laid down all of the brass tacks here, explained the situation for the fucking 50th time already, and once again, she still only cares about her standing, about being able to go to class. So then she says, well, what about Tuesday?
It's coming along.
You know, like, as if she thought she'd only spend like 24 hours in jail or something after killing 2 people. Like, okay, you know, I'll do the time for the crime. Oh, okay, I get it. Punishment is necessary. So 24 hours, right? Tuesday I can get my car? We can just go ahead and magically put my car back together even after it's been totaled after my drunk driving accident that took away 2 people's lives? Do we have a Magneto on board who can fix my car up so that way I can get the class on Tuesday?
Did you just hear what I just told you?
You said I'm not going tomorrow. I'm talking about Tuesday.
Did you hear when I said
You
that
said
you...
I'm going to jail tomorrow.
You're going to jail when we're done here?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told that you killed 2 people tonight?
Yes. I'm just wondering when I can go to school.
Okay, we're done.
Once again, she is hearing him loud and clear. She is acknowledging that she is hearing that she is responsible for the death of 2 people. She just doesn't care. They could have brought the corpses in and she probably would have let out a hearty belly laugh like Santa Claus. She doesn't fucking care. She didn't know them personally, thus their life is meaningless to her. The only thing that matters is now it might be somewhat of an inconvenience because she thinks she might not be able to go to school tomorrow or even on Tuesday now. So now she's starting to get a little panicked because, oh, she's going to miss her fucking Tuesday night class. Not because she just killed 2 people, it's just she's going to miss her Tuesday night class.
You're all on body camera being completely careless about killing 2 people tonight. You could care less. That's sad and pathetic and horrible all at the same time.
Can you say that as a cop?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, so can I ask when I can go back to school?
I'm not the officer on the scene here, but I can answer the question for you. 14 years, and you can go back to school. And hopefully, if you do go back to school in 14 years, everyone bullies the shit out of you and never lets you forget this moment and never lets you forget what you did. I don't think you should be able to go back to school in 14 years. I think that is way too lenient of a punishment for what you've done. I think the sentence should have been much longer here, for sure. But I wasn't the judge on the case, so it's clearly not up to me here. I think she is irredeemably stupid, and I do think stupidity can reach a level where it is dangerous, like in a case like this, where you become a danger to everyone around you because you are such an absolute bumbling fucking moron. Now, she was singing a bit of a different tune here, talking about how remorseful she was, saying she's sorry for everything and she'd never commit anything like that again. Hasn't drank since that day and doesn't plan on drinking ever again. However, the judge was implored to just impose the maximum 28-year penalty, which I do completely agree with, but unfortunately, she only received 14 years. I also find it very hard to believe that now she's starting to feel remorseful, only now that she realizes she's not only going to miss school for those couple of days, she's going to miss school for 14 years. I still don't believe she has any level of remorse for the victims here. I truly don't. I understand she was drunk, but I used to get drunk a lot, and if you told me I so much as pushed somebody and hurt them, I would have been inconsolably upset that I was responsible for something like that, even while fucking inebriated. Like, it's not like when you're drunk, all of a sudden you become a callous statue that can't process emotion or process any level of information. Because she acknowledged multiple times that she understood 2 people died from what happened. She just still didn't care. She kept singing and dancing and just talking about school and how it might be an inconvenience to her. So I really do think that even while sober, she just doesn't fucking value anyone's life that she doesn't personally know. I know this is me getting very like armchair psychologist about all of it, but it's just the impression I get from the body cam footage as well as reading the rest of the story. I think she is irredeemably stupid and evil and dangerous. So just wanted to talk about this story a little bit. That's about it. So yeah.
Boom, we got a little train. And it rolls a little bit.
Mondays.
It sort of does.
The only thing more pathetic than an internet prankster is nothing. These degenerate worms whose entire existence revolves around making strangers' lives worse in public so that they can film it and post it online for content are actually the most embarrassing thing humanity has ever produced. And I've mentioned this before, but I actually think making fun of pranksters is an important public service to try and deter other youngsters from growing up to be this kind of failure of a person. So I just learned about a new prankster who's been at the game for over a year, and the only thing he has to show for it is a few arrests and a community of children that just shoot spitballs and make fun of him like a bad birthday party clown. So I'm not going to tell you his name. His name's not important. Don't go out of your way to find and harass him. Don't give him any kind of engagement off of it. I just think he is another great example of the brain rot that's really infested the youth these days here.
When I hop up this counter and break that camera, you gonna be mad. So stop fucking recording me, though.
Make my milkshake and chill out.
I'm not making nothing.
You're not making nothing?
I'm not making nothing.
Dude, you heard how she talked to me?
I swear that I'm not making nothing. Fuck out of here. All of y'all.
Hey!
Inside? I'm not making nothing. You want to stand here? Stand here. We're not serving y'all. Fuck out of here. Here!
I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker.
I swear to God, I'll shit out of you.
Dude, get the hell out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, I said.
Dude!
Make me, Mr. Sir! Make me!
We gotta go. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes, the classic prank. Harass customer service employees and be an insufferable asshole. So, this is how I found his content, and it turns out this is all he does. His entire existence is like this perpetual miasma of misery that haunts his community, where he and the after-school cringe club latch onto his ass to suckle a bit of clout out of it, get together, and just make complete strangers' days worse. And then he films it and proudly posts it online. And I do mean proud. This is his pride and joy. Every time he gets arrested, he wears it like a Boy Scout badge of honor. I legitimately couldn't imagine being his parents. The shame would be overwhelming. I would rather my child grow up to be a professional toilet seat kisser than grow up to be a prankster like this kid.
Here, I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker. I swear to God.
A completely flat and hollow threat from this affluent
Bro,
douchebag
people
who I
that
have
come in
no
and
doubt
bother
has never faced any
CSAs are
real
so
repercussions
annoying,
from his
bro.
actions.
When I was at
And he has the
Walgreens,
world's worst laugh.
these
His laugh
fucking
sounds like Ed from
bitch-ass
Ed,
kids,
Edd n Eddy,
I
just some
swear to
real
God,
goofy
if I was
shit.
there, I'd beat the
It's
fuck out of
fucking
him, bro.
ridiculous. He is like actually biologically engineered through evolution to be the perfect cringe loser. Now, you may have noticed a lot of cuts in this, and that's because, of course, they leave out the context that led to this escalation and exactly what happened here to get to this point. But the manager has spoke up about this situation afterwards. And I almost can't help but appreciate the delusion from the prankster and his friends to think that somehow they look tough here or look cool. Because in this situation, the manager is the biggest W by far.
Love you.
The manager stood his ground,
Say my best wishes.
really well, I thought, and wasn't afraid to like challenge them if this guy really did follow through on his threat to go back there. And if the goof troop really did jump over that counter and attack or do anything stupid like that, they would have 100% ended up on the fuck around and find out matrix, because it turns out the manager is an actual trained fighter. So there's no doubt in my mind he would have beat all their asses, steamed their ham thoroughly. In that video, he does also go over how rude they were being and how everything kept escalating because of them, which of course was cut out from his post about it. Now you're probably wondering how old the doofus committee here is from the pranksters, because the main guy has the face of a 13-year-old boy. But would you believe me if I told you that he's actually 19 years old? There's a video as well as an article going over one of his mini runs-in with authorities, and he says, "How are you my height? I'm 19. I mean, I almost feel bad for him being 19 years old and being stuck with the face of like a 12-year-old Xbox Live Call of Duty gamer. That's rough. Like, there's no doubt he probably feels insecure about that, and that might be why he's lashing out so much against his community around him and turned to the dark side, going down the prankster path, the public nuisance asshole road.
When you guys walk up on people that you guys know don't like you, that have chased you around before, someone's eventually gonna probably beat you guys up.
That's what we're aiming for.
Why?
Low key, just to get some content out of it.
Okay, so you're gonna be the victim of an assault for a content?
A super honest answer from a super big douchebag. They keep pushing people, harassing them until they snap, hoping that they'll either attack them or have some kind of big blow up that they can film and post online for content. Heavens to Betsy. What a turbo loser. Yikes. He's giggling and smiling while giving this answer to the officer. He is so delusional. He really thinks that this is his ticket to internet updates, that precious clout and attention online, when in reality it's most likely just going to be his ticket to the hospital or jail.
What? What?
You guys all walk away.
We didn't even do nothing. Wow, bro. Yup.
Every time this asshole gets arrested, it's like the happiest moment of his life. It's like Christmas morning every single time he finds himself in a pair of handcuffs, because he's so delusional that he believes that that's going to help the content blow up or help him go viral, and it hasn't. It doesn't, and hopefully it never will. So he just keeps doing these extremely stupid stunts, calling them pranks, harassing just normal people in the world, eventually gets the cops called on him, and then him and his friends are like, "Oh, I can't believe it. What?"
Plumbing? What do you mean?
He's taking pictures.
Yo, who the hell is that?
Stop acting like that.
Yo, get that camera off me. Get the hell out of here. Huh? Get the hell on out of here.
Good one. This guy just loves treating workers as props for his videos. I still can't believe he's actually 19 years old. He looks like he still needs mommy and daddy to drive him to this Home Depot so he can film these pranks with his buddies. I will probably never understand who actually watches something like that and finds any enjoyment out of it. Even if I was 12 years old, I don't see myself even smiling at it. It's just annoying. As a viewer, and I feel real bad for anyone that is unfortunate enough to be subjected to one of his pranks. Like, I really don't think I'll ever understand why kids grow up wanting to do this, or why kids somehow even get moderately entertained by that.
Jersey.
Don't pet Jersey right now. We're just seeing that.
You got me.
Yeah, I was thinking he smelled like shit.
What'd you say to my dog?
I said I thought your dog smelled like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Why that just smell like shit?
Wait, it's a dog, sir.
Get out of here. Man, get out of here.
Calm down.
All right, don't say my dog is this or that. Get the fuck out.
I was just saying the dog smelled like shit, sir.
Good one. Again. Man, Junior, you're really on a hot streak with these bangers. Your dog smells like shit prank. People can't even just relax on a bench outside with their pet without you going out of your way to bother them. Nothing is safe from your cringe apocalypse that you bring with you everywhere you go. Everything this guy and his friends have ever done that I can find is just actual trash. It's just bothering people in the world and calling it a prank. It sucks. It's just public nuisance degeneracy. And I'll always take a little bit of time to make fun of some pieces of shit like this because I think it is an invaluable service to provide. Nobody should end up like this guy or his team here. And they're not really a team. This guy I already know is insufferable to be around. The only reason his friends orbit him is because he has the tiniest bit of clout online and they try and suckle a little bit out of that from his bosom for themselves. That's the only reason they stomach him for however brief a time when they're filming these awful videos together. They're not real friends, it's just a bunch of fake people surrounding themselves with each other and convincing each other that making these pranks is somehow going to get them to the top. It's just fucking pathetic. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya.
The night country. It takes us one by one.
I don't like most pranksters. I'll give you a moment to recover from the shock of me saying that out loud. I know some of you have speculated that for a long time, but I'm just gonna hit you with the truth.
Oh man.
I am not a fan of most modern.
Here we go, we got the final one.
Whew. It feels good to get that off my chest finally. It's a weight off my shoulders. Today I want to make fun of some douchebags that pull pranks in Walmart. Because Walmart has become a hotspot for the worst pranks ever by the biggest douchebags on the internet. TikTok has contaminated the minds of many young people into thinking that Walmart is only inhabited by NPCs that are there to be used for your awful TikTok videos. So this has only been growing in popularity and only getting more and more insufferable to watch.
Shopping like us. What do you mean, what are we trying to do? We're shopping. We just do it differently.
So the quirky prank starts out here as shopping carts stacked on top of each other and throwing them into the top one. I don't know what's supposed to be entertaining about that. Maybe for like a 6-year-old to clap it like, whoa, look how high that is. Whoa, that's not usually how you shop at Walmart. Whoa. It's not even like a prank or a joke. It's just so lame. It's so unbelievably lame.
The cart's down, or I will call the cops and they can come and ask you.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
This is discrimination against vegans.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's okay, guys.
Who are you?
Snitch.
Yeah, I'm a snitch.
Well, I'm security. You're fired.
I'm allowed now to say you guys are fucking idiots.
Ordinarily, I'd agree with the guy saying that they're fucking idiots, but unfortunately, they're just insufferable assholes playing to the TikTok algorithm that is perpetually feeding terminally online children this kind of content for them to consume for 1 minute and then forget it ever existed. Because parents don't want to raise their kids anymore, just set them in front of the iPad, it's easier that way, and have the internet do it. So all they're doing is providing noise for these kids to be stimulated by for a short period of time. Their humor here is XD random shit, so they're trapped in like 2011. If it wasn't obvious from the main guy's haircut, he looks like he's still the lead singer of like a fucking experimental emo band from 2006. Goober looks like he's gonna pay you to be in the top 8 of your MySpace so that way he could promote his new Broken Side collab. But yeah, they're just going around being disruptive. They were asked nicely to just take it down because it's stupid. They refuse and then they get all aggressive about it, putting up a big stink. And again, their humor is XD random, so he's like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's discrimination against vegans. Haha, holds up spork, does the narwhal bacon at midnight. So fucking cringe.
Yeah? You're a jerk. Fuck you! We need to make a game plan here. What's the game plan?
Walk away.
And we don't look back. We don't look back.
They need to go back to Tumblr isolation ASAP. Like, good lord, don't let them out of the SCP containment facility. The cringe is unfucking bearable having them out in public. I just have a feeling Steve-O felt a pain in his ass as a hemorrhoid flared up, having this guy wear his shirt while saying, "Can I grab the cookies on the way out?" It's so awful. Like, there's no prank here. There's no entertainment here. It's just unbelievably fucking lame. So now they're just walking away from the cops. One of them's in an NPC shirt, so I'm guessing he's trying to lean into a character or something, which of course doesn't work at all. It's just trash.
Let's slow motion.
We fucked up big.
God damn it. Shit. Alright, I'm back in my safe spot.
Start walking to the car.
That's where the hard part is. Now, is this it?
Smells like it. Get in the fucking car.
That
Tastes
is.
like it?
Sure does taste like it. Oh, man.
Close the door, sir. No, shut the own damn door.
Damn it. I can't believe we're not accepted.
Sorry.
It's so painfully annoying. The way he licks the car and goes, "Sure does taste like it." The only prayer we can have here is that he licked bird shit. Like, they just know they're not actually going to face any repercussions for this. So they just take the piss out of it in the worst way ever by pretending like it might not be their car, so they're knocking on it to check, licking it to check. Oh, it hurts. It just actually fucking hurts that content like that is popular on TikTok. Not that it's surprising. Like, of course it's not surprising. With the brain rot that's running rampant, it is anything but a shock. It just fucking sucks. But let me go ahead and show you a little bit more of a destructive Walmart prankster.
What's up, guys? Today we're in Walmart.
Ah, yes, the timeless classic. Knock shit over and leave, forcing the employees to clean up your mess and pick everything up. Good one. That's the entire joke right there. Just rides a bike into it, knocks all that shit over like he was bowling with it, and that's it. And it was so good, he said, "I'd like to try it a second time." If there's any justice in the world, that would have played out like a Looney Tunes cartoon where each one of those containers was filled with bowling balls and anvils, so when he hits it, he just gave himself a severe concussion. But unfortunately, we don't live in a cartoon. We live in this fucking cringe society where this gets millions of views somehow. I don't know why I'm saying somehow. We know how. Because it's kids. I know that's like the biggest cope in the world, but it's true. It is only kids watching this. If you go to the comments, every single fucking comment is from a child losing their mind over how savage it is and all of that.
What in tarnation?
What's going on?
Just those 2 cookies.
This one doesn't necessarily take place at a Walmart. This is just a little bonus here that I saw today. It's just this douchebag acting like a 4-year-old. That's the joke. So he takes 2 cookies out and says, "Just those 2, ring those up for me, please." And he puts as many sound effects as possible in here. Like, he crams as many sound bites as he can possibly fucking fit in this video, because he knows that that's the audience. Kids that need constant, like, referential sound bites and shit to stay hooked. And, like, the actual content here is nothing. Like, nothing happens. He puts the cookies there. The cashier wants nothing to do with him. He's fucking bored. He's over it immediately.
Wait a minute.
How much?
You paid enough for this.
Wait, what are you doing? Are you calling someone? No, look, I took it out from the box right here. I got like 50 cents.
If you ever see someone being this uninterested in what you're doing, you need to take a long, hard look at the mirror and wonder where everything went wrong. This is a video that you couldn't fucking squeeze out of me for anything in the world. If I had filmed something like this, I would never let it see the light of day. I would break every fucking phone. I'd get all of the security camera footage to erase the existence of this moment happening. It's so fucking embarrassing and shameful.
Yet this guy not only proudly posts it on his TikTok, but then he edits it to fill as much space as possible with fucking sound bites. It is so embarrassing.
Like I opened the box and I just took 2 cookies out. You have to buy the whole box? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Here comes Karen.
But, I think I'll buy the whole box. Nah, I don't know him.
Oh my god, that just sends chills up my spine. Not only did they just completely have no interest in this garbage that this guy was trying to pull, they caught him with his pants down, hand in the cookie jar here, and called him out for recording a bad prank, and then they all just look at the camera. And you can tell that the main character here also gets super uneasy once he's found out the ruse is kaput. Holy shit, it's so shameful. But he still posted it, so I guess it wasn't too shameful for him. Half the people on TikTok don't even know what that word means, clearly. Yeah, I just wanted to show these pranks and make fun of the assholes in them a little bit. That's it. So, yeah.
A video about Doug Sensor Martin. Dude, I said it before, I'll say it again. Doug Sensor Martin is the dumbest fucking human to ever exist. He's actually the most idiotic human I've ever seen. This bluzza literally broke up with the hottest girl on the planet to play pro COD, only for him to retire a year later. Like, you broke up with a girl to play professional Call of Duty. And then it's not only just that. It gets worse. It's not only that. It's fucking, you know, he fucking leaves FaZe. Like, every decision he makes, he thinks he's gonna be like Nade Shot. Because, like, Nade Shot left Optic to take a risk and, you know, start, you know, 100 Thieves, and it panned out. But for some fucking reason, Doug Sensor Martin thinks that he is the next Nade Shot, and he's just, like, waiting for his opportunity. And it's like, I'm sure people in FaZe don't even fuck with him anymore. And like a month and a half ago or some shit, he said the N-word on stream. Bro, this is how you know he's just a fucking idiot. He said the N-word on stream. The fucking week later, said the F-word on stream. And it's like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, this bluzza is so fucking idiotic, and it's just like, bro, you passed up everything. Bro passed up a literal supermodel to play Call of Duty. Here's the panda. Ugh, my ears are itching. Dude, don't look at my fat stomach. Don't look at my fat stomach. Hell yeah, cuh. So these are my Legos of this year. gotta go because I got stuff to do today. I'm very busy today, so it's just annoying. But you know, we gotta get stuff done. End of the year.